What's up, Illumineers? It's Mateus and Charlie here, and we're back with more Reign of Jafar content.
Yes.
But that's a special edition because we have a special game that we're looking forward to really try and play it.
Yeah.
But for today, we're actually unboxing the Palace Heist, which is the brand new Illumineer's quest for this Lorcana.
Yeah, we're very excited. We love the old Illumineer's quest. Our biggest gripe with it was the box and the way it was stored, but yeah, it definitely looks like it's been vastly improved this time. So should we dig in?
It feels more like a board game this time, right?
Yeah.
So let's do this. So there you go. We have Palace Heist. As Charlie was saying, it feels more like a board game this time. It's really the quality is so much higher.
If you remember last time, we actually have an Illumineer's quest in the cupboard, but if you remember last time, it's like the gift box format. Terrible, because once you've opened it, you can't use the box anymore.
Yeah.
Which meant you had to use like old troves or buy things online to store it. This time we have a proper box and.
Which actually makes sense for being Ravensburger as well, right?
Like it reminds me a lot of Villainous, the way that that's stored as well. Again, we have Villainous. We should have
we should just put for comparison.
Yeah, but
I'm fairly sure you're familiar with those games anyway. But what we have here is we get quite a good idea of what the game is about by looking at the back of the box, some of the structures, some of the highlight, and also explaining to you that that's a game from 1 to 4 players if you bring your own decks. This game itself, as you see, comes with the first 2-player decks, and we're gonna look into that.
So let's have a look in the box. Ooh.
It feels really like
it feels very
strong,
premium.
Right? Look at this as well. That's not like this art piece that we see in a lot of the marketing materials. All the details is just outstanding. Yeah.
So first things first, on the top we have the playmat. I might need a little. Can I get into this? Maybe I'll use my teeth.
Just close your eyes. You don't need to see this.
Ow, my tooth. Wait, I actually do need the knife. So it's well packaged.
So well packaged, and I always say that when we're using those things, if you are a kid, you have to ask the permission for your parents. In fact, ask your parents and your legal guardian to do this for you, so you don't hurt yourself.
Specifically your legal guardian, not just someone looking after you.
It's someone looking after you.
Someone who
a responsible adult.
I'm going to put this aside and show you the playmat first. So it does have 2 sides.
Yes.
So first side is this beautiful art of the Palace Heist. So this looks absolutely amazing. This isn't the side you play with, but it means that they've really thought about it. They know you're going to see the back of the board at some point, so they've chosen to use that to demonstrate and showcase this beautiful art.
It's a way to tell the story, right? Because we don't have the story trailers anymore, so any opportunity to expand on that gives an idea here. And they're all going for the Reforged Crown, or also known as the Hexo Crown.
I'm happy to say Basil no longer under Jafar's spell.
At least right now.
On the other side of the board is the actual player space itself.
Again, can you hear that?
Yeah, it's actual cardboard. You see, it's got depth. It's got depth. It's not like the paper playmat from Deep Trouble. So it looks absolutely amazing. Got all of the zones, but mainly just to say it is incredibly good quality, which is fantastic.
So they heard the feedback, and that's always very welcome. So I do want to place this on the side for the moment, so you can see how is the distribution of the products inside. Yeah. So we have a little rules guide. We have the Jafar big card, right? The representation of Jafar, the Reforged Crown, some deck boxes to store your own player decks. Yeah. And some more things. Charlie's going to go through that. Yeah. He's going to do a better job than me.
But I was just excited, I think.
I got too excited and then I...
So we've got the rules book. A lot. I don't know if you remember, again, just thinking back to the Deep Trouble, it was like one 4-sided piece. This is like a whole booklet that covers every single rule that you would want to know. If you don't like reading, we do have a video tutorial guide on how to play the Palace Heist. You can definitely check that out.
We are going to link just right here. Go watch it because we cover every single detail about that in a very easy to digest way.
We hope.
I'm sure we did.
So that's the rules book. So pretty straightforward. I guess what I can do is I actually set up the board here to play. So first things first, we've got the Jafar card. This is similar to the Ursula card from the previous one, and this is also going to include the battleground. So the Jafar card, really cool here. It's got the same backing as his scenario deck. And then you can place that into the Jafar slot over here. But again, good quality. And then you've got your battleground cards as well. So no slot for those, but these are really just the rules for when you play. So you can put those up.
So pretty much those are difficulty levels. You can pick up to 4 difficulties, and they have different powers that you can use. I forgot the naming convention they use. Abilities that you can use.
Battleground abilities,
So super, super cool. We always recommend if it's your first time playing, go easy.
Yes.
Don't go extreme. It is very hard. If you ever want to play extreme, we recommend you build a very specific deck for that.
Yeah. Next up, so we have the Reforged Tile Crown. So this is a special item that you're going to use during the game when you play it, and it has its own tile. It's not like the half crown, right? I think
the Hexel crown, yeah.
It's the Hexel crown, which was just a card. So yeah, again, very, very good quality. It's actually interesting. This is like proper cardboard. Jafar is just paper, but maybe a little bit better than paper, but this is like solid as a rock.
And I think the main reason likely to be this material is because, as you were seeing How to Play Games,
that's true,
this object or this item is being passed on between players and Jafar himself throughout the game. So it makes sense that it has to be more resistant to that.
That's very true. So next we have some cardboard deck boxes. I mean, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Some assembly required, which I'm doing a very bad job of right now.
But that's the second one.
Yeah, that's just a way to store some of the decks. There we go.
And what is interesting, again, if you look at the art, they do refer to the player decks that comes into the box. Yep. So here we have Pinocchio and Elsa in a Blurple deck.
Yeah.
Here we have the Steel Song, or not a Steel Song, Umber Steel deck with Goofy and Bolt.
And Bolt, and then of course this is the Jafar deck. So
for the scenario deck.
Yeah, I mean these aren't going to be deck boxes you're carrying around to League or anything. It's really just to keep the cards organized in the box. And I think for that purpose, for that job, very good quality and surprisingly sturdy actually.
It is better than the ones that if you were back from the beginning of Lorcana.
The ones from the Trolls
in the first set, so this is way more rigid, better color as well. I feel like the art and the colors are more vibrant.
Yeah.
But again, as Charlie said, it's just to store the things inside your box from inside this box, so it's perfectly fine for what it is.
And I do love that touch of like actually giving them their identity, so it just makes it easier to organize everything.
Because we're doing that using our own boxes just for the sake of storing the cards for that game. Now you have everything you need in one box.
Yeah, so those are very cool. What else do we have?
Let's put it here.
So we can look at the damage counters. So once more, not paper like last time or like thin cardboard. These are going to be a little bit better quality. Sorry, I'm all fingers and thumbs today.
And while Charlie's doing that, one thing to also notice is if you access the Disney Lorcana TCG app, there's a dedicated area just for Illumineer's quest, including Palace Heist. Yeah. Over there, you'll be able to track the score of Jafar, your own score, and he actually adapts to the score Jafar is at to tell you how many cards you will draw. So it's a perfect alternative if you don't want to use all those tokens by hand.
But if you do want to use the tokens, the good news is that they're actually very decent quality.
And
very
beautiful.
Sturdy, yeah. So these are the player tokens. You've got the token here to track Jafar's Law. Works really well.
Jafar's card draw.
Yes, sorry, Jafar's card draw. Because to track Jafar's Law, we have
the snake.
The snake, which is like absolutely epic. So iconic for Jafar. So yeah, again, very, very well done this time around. So these are going to last plenty of playtime. And damage counters as well. Way better than the kind of what you'd expect out of the starter decks. Obviously, the starter decks are short-term solutions, really. But if you want to use these ones specifically for this board game, I think if you're busting this out with some friends who maybe don't play as much Lorcana and don't have their own damage counters, then
that's an alternative. And if you want to push to the next level, you can just combine that with a Trove for Reign of Jafar, which gives you the damage counters as well. That's another alternative.
So very good.
But I think the short answer here, what we're trying to say is everything got improved. You can see across the board, everything is better. And again, they're listening to us. A few more things that will come up here. We're not going to go to this list because we have a dedicated video for gameplay.
So this is the Jafar scenario deck. I mean, I can open it up. Why not? Just so you can see the backing because it's beautiful. And we should open the other ones.
We might be able to show the foil effect. Charlie's right. So, show that one first.
The scenario deck. They do have the red back, so you can easily differentiate them. But these ones not playable in regular games of Lorcana, but that's something you're going to be playing in the game. So we go over here.
Then we have the two-player decks, Blurple and
Amber Steel.
But what is cool about that is that they have a special finish for the foil. So each deck has two cards that comes in foil. So that's Pinocchio and Elsa.
Wow.
Which is beautiful. But what you're probably noticing right now is the sun effect and the foiling effect is the same that we saw when the Iago for these 23 was first announced. So if you didn't get your Iago, you can get this one. It has the same finish. And it looks fantastic, honestly.
It's really, really
It's probably one of the coolest foil we've seen so far. Do you want to move a little bit and show the movement?
And of course, the thing to say is Pinocchio, Elsa, Goofy, and Bolt all playable in a regular deck. So if you want some bling for your deck, if you're planning to run these cards, then
it doesn't matter if they have the Palace Heist finish. You can still use in your decks.
So Really nice.
And that's where we have the Goofy.
Can we grab it?
Want to show
them? So yeah, so Goofy, the same treatment on the foil. Looks absolutely epic, and Bolt as well. I love the detail of the number blowing away in the sand.
It's all the sand, yeah.
Super, super cool. So again, like there are actually some really, really good cards in these decks. We can link the deck list down below.
And last but not least,
the secret card. So once you're able to defeat Jafar, you can open this and find out what's inside. We won't spoil it now because we know a lot of people are excited to get in and find out for themselves. But yeah, so that's the last thing. Once you've opened this, then it's just...
So if you're having a hard time again, play easy. You can open this and then you help rescuing Arcasia's island once again for Jafar.
Exactly. So that is the Palace Heist. Honestly, blown away by the quality of everything. They've really done a great job stepping up the quality, making this something that you're able to play over and over again without worrying too much about the kind of things falling apart. You don't need to get any custom play mats or custom deck boxes. Everything you need to play and store this game all in the box, which I think is super, super cool.
So that's pretty much it. We hope you enjoyed the product and really try it out. We really think that is one of those that differentiates the type of gameplay you would expect.
Yes.
And as Charlie said earlier, we have a video showing you how to play, and we also have a video showing us going against Jafar. Yep. So go check it out on our YouTube channel.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a like and subscribe because we have plenty of other Reign of Jafar content, as well as content well beyond that as well.
So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy questing.
Happy questing.